Hello, Mark.
Hi, Graham.
From oculusprocurement.co.uk.
Hello.
How did we meet?
We met on LinkedIn, probably in the last 6 months, actually. It's a fairly new relationship.
Yeah. Cozy relationship.
Very good. Yeah. And I've seen an incredible amount of your activity on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Incredibly impressed, and impressed when we spoke. And I thought I'd further the relationship.
Yeah, well, I think this has all happened since we started doing podcasts with Graham Mann. We've been doing it a couple of months now in conjunction with getyourmedia.com. It's been really, really good. We've pushed out quite a lot of podcasts. The idea is it educates the industry, informs the industry, generates more business, more interest.
Yep.
And you picked up the phone, we had an hour's conversation, and here we are today.
And it shows the power of LinkedIn and the power of social network.
Yep. So I looked up Oculus.
Yeah.
And you might well laugh, I've done some scribble, and I couldn't believe it. It says Oculus, meaning organ of sight, eye. So what happens? What's the name?
So Oculus has been formed by 3 individuals. We're all very experienced procurement professionals, and we all decided to come up with a name for the business, obviously, at the outset. And we took on what is Oculus about and what is procurement about, and it's about a high-level view, taking a strategic overview of company spend. So that's where the lens came in, and then we played with that and came up with the word Oculus, and we felt that was a little bit quirky and a little bit unique, and actually it's commented pretty much in every presentation we go into now.
Well, I said in the reception area there, I was absolutely blown away with the logo. I think it's fantastic. I've got another business that we're in the process of developing at the minute. It's launched in January, which is quite a water industry first, so I think you know a bit about that, but we haven't actually made a public announcement yet. But
sure.
But procurement, and I saw today that you did dealt with a client's postage pay. What were the savings there? Some big numbers.
Significant, yeah. The postage savings will come from a range of areas, and what clients are really buying into with Oculus is the breadth and depth of our experience. Not just across myself, but the 3 directors, and we complement each other really well.
So you've got different skill sets in different areas then?
Absolutely.
Right.
And it's quite a unique proposition in the market, because if a company's utilising the skills of a procurement professional, they've got a limited amount of category experience based upon their own experience. And by having a team of 3 and a wider team of associates, it really brings much more to the table for our clients.
Yeah, because I know... I think we just did a knowledge share for you on your website.
Absolutely, and we're very grateful for that.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Well, thanks for the offer. I was blown away by the request for it, actually. Not many people ask me to put pen to paper and for content on their websites, but actually I was quite impressed with the job was that edited at all? Because was that word for word? Or?
Word for word. So,
that was better than I thought.
No, we will. And we've started to do more of that recently. And what we're doing is working with our associates and our professional networks to allow them to develop their content, and for us to share that content with our network and our clients. And we're getting a lot of support from the network, and we're getting some great articles there. So the Oculus LinkedIn page is being heavily followed at the moment. I think in the last month, it's probably picked up 2,000 followers alone.
Right, so I need to connect into them.
Yes, you do. If you're not, you definitely do.
I'll poach your followers. No, I've been well impressed. I love the logo. It's fantastic. In fact, when you said that the knowledge share was up and running, I posted that and then reposted it and shared it. About 1,200 views.
Really?
And each time I looked at all the categories of views and where everybody was coming from.
Yep.
And most of them were different on each posting. So 1,200 individuals that's reaching out at. That's absolutely incredible, isn't it? Because you and I love LinkedIn, don't we?
Absolutely. And you'll probably see a range of finance directors, heads of finance, facilities managers, procurement professionals, C-suite, COOs, CEOs, and there's such a vast audience that seem to be receiving the Oculus posts and getting in touch with us and making fantastic comments back. So we're incredibly pleased how that's been taken.
If you want some stats, 90% of H2O Building Services business comes from the procurement sector.
That's phenomenal.
Now, believe it, it's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah,
so,
that's phenomenal.
St. Cobain, procurement, Wolsey, procurement. One or two comes from the energy sector within the company, but the majority is procurement.
And is that predominantly from LinkedIn for you, Graham?
Predominantly LinkedIn and strategic partnerships,
Wow.
over the last 8 weeks, we've done 8 strategic partnership deals.
Yep.
We've picked up 4 new clients.
Yep.
One is a major global brand, which we pinched a customer off another
not to be mentioned
competitor,
yep.
which was fantastic. They had the client for 2 years, and we've picked it up, and happy days. That's a really, really good one.
That's good. It sounds as though you're on a fantastic journey there.
So what's the plan for Oculus then?
So Oculus has really got 2 deliverables. So probably if I actually go back to why did we start the business and where we come from.
Yeah.
In terms of my background, I was head of procurement at Swinton Insurance for 10 years, but I've been in procurement for 25 years plus. My 2 co-directors have got significant experience in procurement across a range of companies. And we looked at a model just over probably 2.5 years ago, and we felt there was a gap in the market for flexible, experienced procurement support that was to be delivered very cost effectively. And we then developed a model to approach the market. And today we really have 2 offerings. One you would see as a procurement on demand service where clients will engage us, and that may be for a project or a series of projects. So they could engage us, for example, as a postage review, as you mentioned earlier, and we will run a number of events. And that could also include policy writing, procedures, generally supporting them on their procurement agenda. And then the second option that we have is a managed service where we're delivering a procurement transformational service. So there could be an existing procurement team, it could be where there's no procurement team, and we're essentially taking a maturity assessment of their procurement operation and then working with them to help the business improve.
Like a complementary service, really, rather than taking over the...
Absolutely that, absolutely.
Fine line there, isn't there?
Fine line.
It's taking my job over. No, it's not, actually, no.
Absolutely not, definitely. We work with existing procurement teams. So we work for one of the largest e-retailers, and we've worked and we do work for a large property consultancy business. So it complements. It's finance directors. It could be the COO. It could be the head of procurement. There's a range of roles within a range of companies that we work for. But the business in the first 2.5 years has been an amazing success, and we're incredibly proud of it.
Well, from the conversations we've had and the sharing that we've done on your content, I've no doubt that a lot of our clients will pick the phone up or be in touch with you.
Yep, that's really nice of you to say.
There's quite a lot of cross fertilisation there. So, how big can this get? I mean, you've been established since 2017.
Yep.
You're a small team now. Are you an empire builder or what? And don't say you're not, because you might be. I reckon you could be.
Well,
how big do you want to get?
We think the market is huge, actually.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's lots of players in this market, but what's really different about us is that the service is delivered by the directors. So it's managed by the directors, delivered by the directors. No one is more passionate and proud about what we've done. That comes through from our client advocacy, where we've got significant testimonials and case studies now. So we see the business growing steadily over the next few years and just building on the success that we've got. But we don't want to get too many wild projections. We've just got to look after the existing clients and build slowly.
Yeah, but it'll be really, really interesting to see how you progress throughout the business as well, because we'll certainly support you. I mean, you've got some fantastic testimonials, and you deal with utilities,
yes,
which is the energy and the water space.
Yep.
What else? Telecoms.
We deal with a range of categories, so you'd pretty much put the categories in 5 pots, if you like.
Yeah.
Facilities management,
FM,
HR, marketing, IT, and professional services.
All right.
So for companies, typically we cover everything. You would see that, apart from staff salaries. Yeah. So literally everything a company spends.
Right. So what? Can you give us some numbers on savings of particular things? I mean, what's?
Yeah, it's and that's one of the things we're incredibly proud about, the return on investment that a client gets on the fees that we charge, which is significant. So savings,
the fees or the savings?
The savings are significant. The fees, remember, very cost effective.
I did say I challenged you, didn't I?
Yes, very much so.
You can kick me later.
But from a saving perspective, it's not unusual to see savings in excess of 25%, as high as 50 to 60%. But what's absolutely key about the service is we're not driven by the saving in isolation.
Yeah.
The key is that the client gets value for money. that the specification of requirements, be that product or service, are met. So we're looking for best-in-class supply partners that can deliver a very, very cost-effective solution that's sustainable in the long term. And that's what that's the agenda and the agreement that we set out from the outset with the client. And that's why we get such strong references coming back and advocates of our service.
So what made you start this business in the first place?
Okay, so we really did think there was this gap in the market. So we saw some very large consultancy companies that were working with clients, but we couldn't really understand the supply competitor market for a small niche boutique consultancy like ours. So it was the entrepreneurship, the drive that we have, the passion for procurement, and that's what brought about the conversations. And you've got three very like-minded individuals that all think the same and are driven by the same ways, and that's how we
Are they
progressed.
from your old company or just guys you've met? Sort of.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
You took the team then?
Not quite.
No.
And it certainly wasn't me taking the team. There was three of us involved in this decision. But
Or put your money in.
Yeah, or do that. But no, all three of us work for Swinton Insurance.
All right.
Yeah, we've known each other many years.
Yeah.
We have a great personal relationship as well as business relationship.
Yeah.
And it's just grown from strength to strength to strength.
Fantastic.
And to say what's really key is we complement each other so well.
Yeah. Well, I think we just about covered the lot, really, haven't we?
Yeah.
So thanks for coming over and giving up your valuable time to come on this podcast.
No problem.
I hope the viewers have found it really, really interesting. So thank you very much. Mark Coates from Oculus Procurement.co.uk.
Thank you, Graham. An absolute pleasure.